Today, I'm excited to share with you some of my favorite strategies and tips for growing your email list with social media marketing. So let me ask, how many of you have been building your email list? Time and time again on consultation calls, I hear from potential clients who want to focus all of their marketing efforts on social media. But here's the thing, you don't own your social media following. I've tragically seen clients' accounts closed down by Facebook for no reason. Sometimes a simple mistake, meaning that they either lose their followers forever or at least until they can get a hold of someone who can help straighten it out. Plus, as you know, Facebook likes to choose who sees and who doesn't see your content, which is a huge bummer when it comes to digital marketing. But you know what you do own? Your email list. So while social media is an integral part of any business's online marketing, adding social media followers to your email list is even more valuable. Growing an email list has been at the forefront of my business for years. Every quarter, I like to sit down, I like to tweak my annual business goals, and one of the first things that I look at is my email list. I ask myself, how much has it grown? What lead magnets are outperforming the others? What type of lead magnets should I create for the rest of the year? Is my newsletter strategy still working? In all of my digital marketing efforts over the past 20 years, email marketing really has been the most fruitful. I've found that the return on investment with email marketing is 4 times higher than any other online marketing efforts, with the average ROI being about 122%. And I know I've said this before, but every week when I send out my own newsletter, my calendar for the following week fills up almost immediately with consultations. That isn't luck. That's a solid email marketing strategy that I created and have been following for the past decade. I've invested hundreds of hours creating and perfecting tips and tricks and strategies to convert social media followers into email subscribers. And being in business for almost 20 years now, I think I've tried every tactic out there, everything that I could possibly think of to grow my email list. The number one way that I've doubled my email list year after year is with the use of lead magnets. So one of my favorite lead magnet strategies is creating social media funnels. So the goal is to drive traffic to one of my free valuable offers. So you know that amazing content that you give away for free in exchange for someone's name and email address? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Once they opt in, then I push them into a nurture sequence where, gives them a little bit more time to get to know me, to get to like me and trust me. And then throughout the funnel, as it trickles down, I start to stealthily sell inside the funnel. And that's where most of my conversions happen. So the key with your lead magnet is that it must be amazing. It has to be something so great that they can't believe you're giving it away for free. So lead magnet, you might be scratching your head right now. Lead magnet? What's a lead magnet? Do I need a lead magnet? And if you don't have a lead magnet already, don't worry. You can jump over to my website, jennylyon.com/converts. And I have a great blog post that helps with creating your first lead magnet. It really does. It helps you align your lead magnet with your core offering, and also helps you pick a topic. And you want to pick something that's going to give your audience a quick win. So I might need to dig a little bit deeper into creating lead magnets that convert. So maybe that's a future podcast episode. But in the meantime, let's get into some of my own tips for growing your email list using social media. So Instagram, if you haven't noticed, Instagram is poppin'. I mean, the platform has billions of monthly users with over 500 million users visiting the site daily. So if you aren't on Instagram, it's time to get on. Instagram kind of reminds me of what Facebook used to be in the early 2000s. It was all about sharing content. A user would post a photo, their friends would like and or comment on the photo. I remember at first when I set up my first Facebook fan page, I would make a post in the morning and I would immediately get hundreds of likes and comments. It was amazing. Oh, the days, the good old days of social media. And, because Instagram is so simplistic, it really is one of the best platforms to post content. Your content shows up naturally along with everyone else's photos and videos, and it makes for a much smoother user experience. It improves the odds that your followers will engage with your content. Remember, the whole key to social media is to be social. You can't just post something and forget about it. There really is a strategy behind getting social media to work for your business. So first things first, what kind of content are you posting? First, of course, you want to post photos and videos. These shouldn't be advertisements for your business. Instead, you want to start sharing more intimate content, maybe behind the scenes photos or videos of you working, graphics that direct the users to, some of your amazing content, or, sharing with them some tips and tricks that will make their life better. Anything that you can do that you think would make your target audience genuinely interested. So you want to really start by writing, excellent Instagram captions that will go along with the images. So a couple of weeks ago, I shared my step-by-step formula for creating a month's worth of social media in one day. And you can check it out over on my blog. It's at jennielyon.com/1, just one. And while you're there, you can also grab my free weekly social media checklist. So that checklist I use to make sure that I'm staying on top of growing my social media following week after week. And you can find that one at jennielyon.com/to-do. Oh yeah, and I also have a hashtag holiday calendar that you can grab too while you're over there. And it's jennielyon.com/hashtags. After all, you don't want to miss National Pet Day, right? Of course you don't. So in the last few years, Instagram Stories has also exploded. I mean, it's huge now. There are so many fantastic ways to put a spotlight on your content and drive user engagement with stories. So for example, you could add an interactive content such as polls, questions. Instead of just posting static images, you can really, create ways to engage your audience through stories. And then what I like to do is if someone replies on an Instagram story, then I reach out to them through direct message to say something like, hey, thanks for voting on that poll about social media. Here's a great checklist or workbook or, something that I have that, they might be interested in that can help them with, whatever the post was about. And then I'll include a link in that direct message to my opt-in. And it's been an amazing way to not only engage and connect with my Instagram audience, but I grow my email list as well. So another thing, if someone sends me a message through stories looking for help with social media, then I also offer them one of my freebies, or I have a freebie for everything. If they have questions on, how to write, blog posts or how to create, a webinar, I have workbooks and freebies for all of those. So I send them a link. So it's been a lot of fun that. I love those stories. And Instagram stories are also a great way to directly address your audience. So you can jump in and just record yourself talking to them. They're able to see your face, they can hear your voice, and that interaction can really create a stronger connection with you and your audience. And they get to know you. It's more than just a bunch of pictures and text. And I've been trying to do that more regularly, and it's working. I've been getting really great returns on it. So, and I like to speak to my audience anyways, because it often inspires them to respond. And I love to hear, how people are growing their online business. And, it's fun to follow up with them to see how things, are going for them. And you can jump over to our website. In the portfolio, we have a lot of different examples of really great stories that you can check out. But again, the key with social media is, remember, you have to be social. You can't just post it and forget it. Really, you do need to be social on it. And when it comes to Instagram, another great place to grow your email list is through your bio. So you can use the language in your Instagram bio to encourage people to take that one call to action that is most important to your business. For myself, that usually leads to them scheduling a consultation or downloading my core lead magnet. I'll direct them to an optimized landing page with something of value that they can opt into, something that they just can't resist. So another fun way to grow your list on Instagram is to use Instagram shopping. So if you have a product, are you selling it on Instagram? Well, you should be. Yeah, you definitely should be. When setting up your shop, you just want to make sure that it's, really beautiful, you have great captions, and, you really want to showcase your goods, not only in Instagram's feed, but through carousel posts or stories again, where you can tag your products. And what's great about Instagram shopping too, is that your audience can go from seeing an amazing product, that inspiration of the product, to learning more about it and then purchasing it, all within a couple of clicks. And not to mention the ability to share posts to your feed and Instagram stories, you can really double the chance of your audience purchasing the products. And of course, once they show interest in clicking through, you can grab their name and email address and market to them down the road as well. So now let's jump over to Facebook. So with Facebook, there's a lot of similarities with Instagram. However, really the differences between the platforms is really where you want to focus when you're using the platform to grow your email list. So my preference for using Facebook is to create Facebook ad funnels. I run a ton of targeted Facebook ads for not only my own business, but for a lot of clients that lead their audience to a landing page for their lead magnet. The big thing to remember here is that your ads need to be super engaging. They need to be eye-catching. They need to be super targeted, so that they catch your ideal audience and, they grab them when they're ready to take action. So once you get their name and email address, you really do have to take it a step further. And again, you want to push them into a nurture sequence. And especially when the traffic is a bit colder, as it is with Facebook ads, they definitely do need that warming up period. So throughout your nurture sequence, you need to give them that necessary time to build the trust. They do need that time to get to know and like you. So then once you get to that point, then you can start to easily kind of stealthily sell to them. So yeah, there's definitely a formula to creating a Facebook ad funnel that converts. I also have a workbook on that if you're interested, and you can jump over to the website to grab it. And of course, don't forget that you can feature your lead magnet as a call to action in your Facebook cover. I'd love to do this. You can actually put right on the cover, to click here to, get a workbook or a checklist or something. And when they click on it, it will open the image up where you can add more text. You can add a description in there. And that's where you can include the link that people can click on that'll redirect them over to your freebie. So now let's switch gears just a little bit to talk about LinkedIn. So some people think of LinkedIn as merely a place to post resumes or to network, but I've been using LinkedIn for years and years to grow my list. I mean, there are millions of users on LinkedIn. It's a great platform if you're trying to reach B2B. And LinkedIn users are really used to networking. They're used to people reaching out to connect with them and to prospect. So the key with LinkedIn is really to engage with your connections. Active participation on LinkedIn will enhance your visibility, but it also establishes your credibility, which goes a long way when you're trying to build relationships with potential customers. So first things first, you really do want to add a call to action to your profile. So include a link to your bio. That's a great place, pop it in there. It's a great place to add a link to your core lead magnet, and you want to make sure that your bio is really optimized with keywords so that when people are actively searching, they'll find you. And LinkedIn's become more like Facebook over the years in terms of content sharing. So the shift means that you can use LinkedIn's content marketing component to share your valuable content, such as blog posts, any great content that you have, and then it's automatically sent out to your connections. So the big thing with that is you, again, want to make sure you have a call to action in there. And I always like to weave in one of my free lead magnets to build the list. And another fun tip is anytime that you share a super targeted post on LinkedIn, make sure that you leave your link to one of your freebies in the comments. It seems that LinkedIn is happier when you leave your link in the comments rather than in the post itself. So Give it a try. Let me know if you see your reach increase by doing that. And last but not least, you want to use LinkedIn's power of networking to your advantage. You can easily see who is and who isn't your ideal client on LinkedIn. I mean, it's usually in their description. You could reach out to them in a much of the same way that you would through an Instagram DM to offer them valuable content that solves a problem that they may have. And last but not least is Pinterest. So Pinterest, right? I mean, you're probably wondering, should I even be on Pinterest? I hear this over and over again. Pinterest has millions of monthly users, and the average time spent on Pinterest per session is almost 15 minutes. So it's a great platform to provide engaging content for motivated shoppers. So unlike Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, Pinterest's target audience is primarily women, and it makes it a perfect platform to launch a campaign to grow your email list with customers who will genuinely engage with you and your company. It's a great platform to build brand awareness and promotion. I've set up Pinterest for numerous clients, and each time they're a bit hesitant at first. They're kind of on the fence. Do I really need to add another social media platform? Yeah, you kind of do. You really do. I mean, I've seen it over and over again. Pinterest quickly becomes the top refer of traffic to their website. And since each pin will include a direct link to your website, it's a powerful tool to increase your traffic generation. And Pinterest is a lot like Instagram in that it's highly visual, but it's also a visual search engine. So you want to make sure that your posts are really eye-catching. And it helps if your pins have text overlaid to tell the viewer exactly what they're going to get when they click. You want to make sure that you are including your opt-ins and valuable content, within your pins so that you can build your email list within Pinterest. And make sure that all of your titles are actionable, include your keywords. And the fact with keywords is they're important everywhere, but especially important with Pinterest. When you use the best keywords for your brand, Pinterest can increase your search ranks on Google as well. So make sure to employ those best SEO practices when growing your audience within Pinterest. And of course, remember to include a call to action and a link to your core lead magnet in your profile description. It's one of the first places on Pinterest where people will check you out, and you can automatically get them on your email list if you have a great call to action there. So growing your email list is a vital part of being able to reach out to your customers. You can't rely on Facebook, Instagram, or any of the social media networks to safeguard your following. You need to build an email list. You'll create one of the most valuable marketing resources your business could ever possess. I'd love to hear what social media marketing tips are working best for you to grow your email list. You can jump over to the Digital Marketing Made Simple podcast community on Facebook to join the conversation. I'd love to hear more about how it's working for you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.